We are crossing live to Absrod Oval, where the Scodfather will speak to the press.
I heard that he is in a grumpy mood.
Hello everybody, welcome to my channel and thank you for joining. Now today we're having the Friday night press conference, okay, so just to calm it down. Okay, so we're going to check out 3 games today and some of them went okay and some of them didn't go too okay, so we're going to go through them now, okay, just calm it down and we'll find out which ones were okay. Let's see. We go to the first game. It was the Brisbane Lions versus North Melbourne. Now, this was 42 shots on goals for the Lions. It was a pumping, okay? Now, let's have a look at some of the scores, because Lachie Neale, he went nuts. 176. That's unbelievable. This came out of nowhere. He's been scoring very poorly for his standards. Let's check out his price. Let's see how much he went up. Let's have a look. Now, Lachie Neale scoring his break-even. Mind you, he lost 50k before this. His break-even was 136. Scored 176, which gives him a 40-point buffer. That should be around about an 17 to 18k increase. So his price goes up 637k-ish. Not what we wanted, okay? So now you've got to work out, do you want him in your team or not next week? Because 637k, he's virtually the same price as Laird. So who would you prefer now, Lachie Neale or Laird? I mean, Laird's got more value because they same price as Neale. I'd probably go Laird. Plus Neale has around 12 buy. Laird has around around 14 buy. So yeah, I'd probably stick with Laird on this one. Anyway, let's continue. Josh Dunkley had a game out, 133. That's massive. Okay, he went nuts. About time. We've been waiting for this. But it doesn't matter. Everyone's got Josh Dunkley anyway, so it doesn't really matter with Josh Dunkley. But Lachie Neale was a big one because he's a pod. Now, anyone else of interest? Let's have a look. We're going down the order. There's no one here so far. Ashcroft scored 72. He's still making cash, although it's not much at the moment. He's slowing down. Wilmot had a good day, 68 points. Yeah, that makes him last another 2 more weeks now. He's going to make more cash for 2 more weeks. Not much, but it's better than nothing, okay? So Wilmot's on the increase. Daniel Rich came into the team, and it sort of hurt McKenna's scoring. McKenna only scored 55. Keep in mind, last week, the team that played against Brisbane scored 18 behinds. This week, only 5 behinds, so there's no kickouts for McKenna. And in that 55, he's got a goal in there as well, so the scoring's dried up big time. His cash might dry up pretty soon as well. And that's it for the Lions. There's not much action here. That's pretty much it. The only damage came from Neale. Unexpected. It came out of nowhere, but again, he played North Melbourne. Anyway, and speaking of North Melbourne, let's go to North Melbourne. Now, Zeeble and Sheasel, both of them, Zeebles and Sheasels, they both cracked 100 again. They're doing good jobs. They're probably, you can keep them the forward line or move them to defence. Now, LDU only scored 90. He didn't look interested. I don't think he wanted to be there today. He wasn't the LDU, did I know? Only 3 tackles. He was just jogging around. He didn't look the same. Maybe he's injured. I don't know. Something wrong with him. Of course there's something wrong with him because I got him in. That's why there's something wrong with him. Anyway, only scored a 90. Didn't look interested. Very, very unusual game by him. Now, let's go down. Cunnington, another poor score by him. Phillips was looking good at half-time. And then he stopped. Scored 74. He copped a bit of an injury. And after that injury, he didn't really produce the goods. So he slowed down. Scored a 74. His owners were getting excited at half-time. They were thinking 100. It didn't happen. Just calm it down. Anyway, anyone else here? Tom Pell, I don't think no one's got him anymore. Combin scored a 59. I'm not even sure if anyone's got him anymore. And that's pretty much it for this game. It was a smashing. Okay, just coming down. All right, next game. We move over to the Bombers and the Demons game. Now the Bombers, Zach Merritt scored 134. Let's check out his price for next week. What's he gonna be at? Let's have a look. Okay, well his break even was 133, so that's about it. He didn't crack it. He just cracked it by one. So he's not gonna go up or down. He's gonna stay the same. So 578 for Zach Merritt. If you're interested, he's up for sale. Okay, down 38k from his starting price. I'm not sure. I think I've got bigger options next week. Okay, let's keep going. Who else is there? Now, Laverde Parrish scored a 108. Parrish, again, he's not doing much this year. He's cheap as well. How much is Parrish now? Let's have a look at Parrish. Let's go to him. What's he doing? Let's have a look. Parrish. His break-even was 151. So Parrish is going to lose probably about 20k. He'll be 558, 560. That's cheap for Parrish. 560k for Parrish. He's coming down. Okay, who else was there? Now, my boy here, Setterfield, scored a 91, which is not bad considering he's on 11 at quarter time, tagging Oliver, doing a good job of tagging Oliver, and then all of a sudden Oliver cuts loose. I think the tag stopped after half-time. The tag wasn't as strong after half-time, so it mustn't have been. Oliver had 30 touches. Anyway, Ridley scored 91. That's for a primo. He's not doing enough. Okay, so if you still got him, he's just hoddling along. He's not doing much. Redmond, we sent our recruit out to see Redmond. I'll show you on Twitter. We sent someone out. I put up a tweet. It said Abs Magic has sent their number one recruiter to keep an eye on the red man. Okay, here he is. He was the number one recruiter. He went to look at the red man. He wasn't interested. He said that he's not good. He's not good. He walked out. Actually, he got lost. He got there at half time and then he walked out. He only stood for 2 minutes. He said, I've seen enough. He's gone back home. So there was no interest. And even the Jonty here says, have the recruiters left at half time? Yeah, they didn't arrive at half time. They arrived late, but they just left. The Supercoach, Potato was checking him out too. He was having a look. It was no good. Me and the Supercoach Potato both left at half time, just coming down. Okay, and Whaley good, and he said it's not good. And he also showed us the latest technology, keeping your eyes open. Anyway, let's continue. Now, was there anyone else of interest here in this game? Let's have a look. Well, there's Jai Menzie, if you've got him still. Scored a 19, so I think it's time to let him go now if you got him. But and our boy didn't play. He was rested. That's Davey. Most likely he'll come back next week. Now let's have a look at the Demons. Okay, now Grundy, Grundy scoring 128 is a good effort against the Bombers, because probably the first person to crack 100 against them. So he did well, but the only problem is next week. Gordon might be back, so I don't know what to do. Do I keep Grundy now for another week? He's going to have a low break even. We're going to find out. This is going to be terrible now, the switch. We're going to find out what we're going to do now. Just calm it down. Oliver, 115. That's good news for us. His break even was 128 or something like that, or 130. So he's going to lose a little bit of cash this week. That's not the point. The point is at least his score 115 stays in the system for 3 weeks now. So maybe he'll lose some ground for a change. Might pick him up about 670k. That'll be the target. It's about 670k later on. Now, Petrarca, 110. He's doing the Petrarca things, okay? But he hasn't gone nuts yet this year. Last year he had a couple of 180 games. Not doing it so far. Is there anyone else here of interest in Melbourne? Well, there is actually quite a few coming down the order here. Let's have a look at these ones. McVee, 63, doing well. He's having a good season. If you picked him up, you've done well. Pickett. Now, that was disappointing. I was going to pick him up. I was going to pick up Pickett, but I didn't pick up Pickett. Just coming down. I didn't pick him up. Luckily, I actually saw his heat match from last week. I didn't like him. And I thought it's going to rain. He's not going to score much. Plus, I've got bigger fish to fry next week. So I'll let him go. And he scored a 61. His owners won't be happy about that, because now his price is going to drop again. The cash he was going to make, he's not making. Brayshaw had another Brayshaw game, 59. Not Bowie, here we are. Chandler. Okay, Chandler scored 56. His cash making is about to dry up soon, if it hasn't already dried up. And Ruyan scored 52, had a break even of minus 70, so that's 120. Made about 55k. That's not bad, okay? That's a good start. Now, does he play again next week? I actually think he will. I think he does play because McDonald's had a poor game. So I think he stays ahead of McDonald's next week. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. And keep in mind, Melbourne lost. Okay, McDonald had a poor game. Melbourne lost, and Gore's going to come back in. And it's still got Brown to come back in. So it's going to be interesting. Anyway, let's move over to the next game. Now, this was the Port Adelaide and the Bulldogs game. Okay, now Zach Butters went nuts. Houston went nuts. Actually, all the defenders went nuts at Port Adelaide. Alia went nuts, all three of them. And Rosie, he was going so bad. He was on 35 at half time. He went nuts. Played a bit in defence in the second half. Got all the points from there. Dixon went into the ruck. Actually stopped English. English was on 90 at half time. Luckily for the non-English owners like myself, he stopped at 139, so I had to put the brakes on him. English was going at 180. He was looking at 180, 200 the way he was going. The horny man, he was quiet for 3 quarters. In the last quarter, he became horny. Okay, he went nuts. The horny man went crazy, and probably won the game. Kicked 2 good goal assists, and had a good game. So it's good 86. He was on something like 25 or something when I last looked at him. Wines, another disappointing game, 72. Something wrong with Wines this year. I think the horny man's taking all his points. Anyone else of interest? That's pretty much it. There's no one else here. Scott Lysette, if you've got Lysette, he's not good, 17. But yeah, this game, that was pretty much it. Rosie and Butters. Where's Butters? What did Butters score? I thought Butters was playing well. I can't see. He was playing well. Scored 140. I've already mentioned that, didn't I? What am I talking about? Just coming down. All right, Butters 142. What I say is a defender. He wasn't a defender. Anyway, I had confused with somebody else. Just coming down. Now, the Dogs. Okay, the Bont. He went nuts. 146. Tim English was going. Actually, both of these were on 90 at half time. They were looking at big scores, but for some reason, when the game was on the line and the Dogs were winning, the Bont was on the bench for 10 minutes. It seemed like 10 minutes. Why would Bevo put the Bont on the bench for 10 minutes? I don't get it. Anyway, he was there. Then Port came back and won. I mean, I understand he gets tired, yes, but put him on the bench for 5 minutes. I have to put him for 10 minutes. Anyway, McRae scored 112. I don't think he'll get DPP. It looked like he spent more time in the midfield, so he's not going to get that DPP we're hoping for. Libba had a quiet game for his standards, 98. And Ed Richards scored an 81. He was looking better than 81, but shanked a couple of kicks. Anyway, 81. I'm going to have to get rid of him next week. He's not doing enough. He has to go. He's Gonski. Caleb Daniel, if you got him, he's the same as Ed Richards. He's doing a job, but it's not enough for the price we're paying for them. Okay, we're hoping for hundreds. They're not getting it. So both Richards and Daniel, and actually there's another man here. Where is he? Dale, 58. Another bad game. He's having a shocking year, Dale. So the three of them are no good. Richard was okay, but not enough. Okay, he's not going to win your Supercoach if you have Richard in your team. You won't be winning Supercoach. Put it that way. Now, Oscar Baker, most would have had him on fields. He did okay, 61. It's serviceable. His cash, you might have one more week of service from him, and that'll be it. His cash backing will die. So 61 from him, and that's pretty much it. There was a rookie here, Jones. I think Jones is a rookie. I'm not sure, but McLean scored 7. Let's have a look at McLean's price. Let's have a look. This is going to be interesting. I didn't realise that McLean was on the bubble. Okay, well, McLean scored 178. His break-even was 19. He couldn't get it. He got a 7. because they didn't put him on the field. So he lost 6K. He's down to 172. Don't rush to get him. There's no hurry because that 7 now goes in a cycle for 2 more weeks. So he's got against Fremantle or Hawthorn a score of 7. And that's if he plays those games. He may even be down to 120K if he keeps playing as a sub. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, a player that I forgot to mention is Liam Jones. 89. How does he score 89? That's unbelievable. In the rain, an intercept marker in the rain, scoring 89 points. And a lot of you would have gotten rid of him. And if you did, it was the right thing to do. His cash maker was drying up. But anyway, if you kept him, you did well. You got 89 points, and now he's back into cash generation. He's going to make some more cash again. That came as a shock. I wasn't expecting it. But anyway, well done to you if you held on. Well, that's it for this game anyway. Let's continue. We go over to our score now. We're on 22.69. We're on 17.82. We're projected to get 22.69, but we still have Marshall as the emergency with a 97 against Collingwood. I'm sure he'll crack that. So we're looking roughly about 23.70 at the moment, which is not bad. It's not bad. Okay, now English hurt. Not having English is really hurting us. I mean, we're going to lose my matchup. This is a big game. It's the Premier League against Lynchmont, and I can't beat them. What's going on? Just coming down. I need Stocker and Kelly to fire to win this game. Anyway, let's have a look at our team now. Okay, we have a few players left. We have Dacos, Stocker, Ginby, Kelly and Green. Now, Kelly's a big one. I need him to fire big time. I need Kelly to go nuts. I need Stocker to crack an 80 for a change. For the first time in his life, just crack an 80, Stocker. Do something. And now we have Marshall against Collingwood. Surely you'll crack 130. Surely. Just coming down, Marshall. If he doesn't, I'm going to be so upset. Actually, I might be that upset. What's he worth? I'm going to have a look. I might even sack him. If he can't do against Collingwood, I'm going to sack him, okay? But I can't sack him because he's got Grundy to deal with now. Just coming down. I'm going to keep him. I'm going to just come down and Marshall. Anyway, I hope you're having a good weekend. Hope your team is on fire, okay? I hope you win all your matchups and have a safe weekend, okay? And remember something. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.
That's all, folks.